Hey everyone, Mr. Cerna asked me if I could talk about my top 5 or 10 favorite martial art movies and what I thought I would do rather than just showing you DVD covers and giving you my opinion. I thought I would go over a couple of scenes from my favorite movies and why they made an influence on me as a child. Most of you will recognize martial artists out there that this is what movie? This is 1954's Seven Samurai, and this is what they call Japan's finest samurai movie of all time. It has a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was directed by Akira Kurosawa, starring Toshiro Mifune and a couple other famous actors. But this, to me, as a child, was one of the best movies I saw as far as strategy, just good overall filmmaking for 1954. It was amazingly made. Really good action sequences showing the dirt and the grime of battle in samurai armor. It had compassionate scenes in it. It had a lot of strategy. The synopsis very quickly is Kanbei is like a middle samurai. He's a ronin. They're all ronin, which means masterless samurai. So they're out of work. There's no military to support. They're all hungry constantly, looking for work as bodyguards, as yojimbo or something like that. A village is being attacked by bandits, and the village can't defend themselves, so they hire this guy, or they ask him, they plead with him, please protect our village. And he's like, I can't do it. And they're like, yeah, but we'll pay you in food and rice. We'll give you meals. So Kanbei says, all right, I have nothing else to do. And he goes around to hire 6 other samurai, which him being the 7th. That's hence the name Seven Samurai. And it just goes over how they recruit these other men. Toshiro Mifune is kind of the clown character that kind of forces his way in. He's the 7th. He's the one that is kind of a little mentally unbalanced. He drinks too much. But he's actually probably the strongest of all the warriors because his heart, as you see in the movie, was betrayed as a child. But this is Kanbei, who's a powerful swordsman in his own right. That's one of the other samurai over there right there, who is kind of an apprentice. He's very young. He's unexperienced, but he wants to go in and help out as well. If you guys remember the Magnificent Seven, the 1960 movie about the West was based off of this movie. Akira Kurosawa had tremendous influence over Western directors. George Lucas talks about him all the time, the Hidden Fortress, and how he based Star Wars off of samurai culture, Buddhism, and all these things. So you've been seeing movies by your favorite directors who stand on the shoulders of giants, like Akira Kurosawa in this particular movie. It's a long movie. It's 3 hours long. It's in black and white. You have to read the subtitles. Get over reading subtitles. If you don't like to read subtitles, you're not going to be a cultured person because you're not going to be seeing movies from other countries. So please get over the laziness of not reading subtitles. And when people dub in American voices, it completely kills the actor's intention. So don't watch dubbed in voices. Watch movies in their original language, the way they were intended to be watched. Please do yourself a favor if you're a young person out there and culture yourself and watch the subtitles. But let's get into the action. This is why I like this scene. So these two stumble upon, in this old village, they stumble upon this scene right here. So you can see he is a master swordsman, okay, over here. This guy, who's like a brigand samurai and a bravado guy, just challenged him, but we don't see that. This is the way that the scene starts. What they're doing is they're peeling off the bamboo to make boken. So obviously he has challenged him and he has accepted. He's kind of the low-life samurai and he's kind of the proud, real Bugei warrior, the real Bushi. And they're gonna duel. What I love about this scene, as you'll see, is how efficient it is. This is how we strive as Kenjutsu practitioners to be. So I'm rolling it here. We have the sound on. And I will be pausing it to talk, obviously. Let us commence, he says. The crowd gathers. Beautiful wide angle. He gets into Kamae, which you can see is Seigan. He matches him in Seigan no Kamae. Here comes Kanbei approaching and watching them, studying them, just by their stance, their mental attitude. You can see he's really assessing what's happening. What do we have here, he's thinking. Notice the stillness. He does not move. He is in what we call Fudo Shin. He's in the immovable mind. He's a master swordsman. I don't know how old he is here, probably in his 50s. I always used to think as a kid how strangely he looks like the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz, but it's another thing. But here he is in a front-forward Seigan, just patiently waiting. Okay. Studying. Notice he keeps looking. Now he looks at him. He shifts forward. Goes into Daijodan with a Kiai shout, but he's losing it. You can see his anger. He's frustrated. He shifts very slightly forward, calm, collected. Shifts into Waki no Kamae, opening himself up for attack. He notices all the strategy. Look at the anger. Calmness, anger. Boom. He rushes in anger, frustration, and I don't know if you can see, but I'll try to point if I can. The master swordsman steps to the right with one movement and brings down kind of a kesagiri cut, and with his bamboo strikes him on the clavicle and the shoulder. That would have been a lethal blow. Didn't parry his sword, didn't clash at all, just moved with pure footwork and ma'ai timing and distancing and cut him down. This is what the ultimate thing we strive for in Kenjutsu. We don't get there often, but there it is. Too bad, he says. It's a draw. I'm afraid not. He says, I won with confidence. As he walks away, leaving. That's ridiculous. If these were steel, you'd be dead now. You could hear him say the word Shinken. If these were real blades, you'd be dead. Then we fight with steel. Don't throw it away. Wait, he says. Don't you see, with steel blades, you'll die. He's trying to get out of this. He's trying to warn him, you fool. You can't beat me. Yet the anger in him says, I can't, I'm too proud. My pride is going to bring about my death. And he keeps saying, no, you'll die. Go away, walk away. It's not worth dying over whatever we've discussed. Mate, wait. Don't try to flee, he says. He draws, insulting him. Draw. This isn't a contest of words. He drops his hat and draws. Now we're worried. This is real sharp swords. This is to the death now. There's no backing out. And moving forward in his kamae. They take the exact same kamae. Notice this. He's backing up. In Daijodan, he's about to give a kiai shout to try to scare him. It's not going to work. The other guy is too at one with the void. He's just patient. Oh, he screams and watch. Here we go. Meanwhile, he looks on. You've already lost, you fool. This is no contest. This is preposterous. There's no contest here. Same kamae. Waki versus Daijodan. Boom. Same cut. Exact same cut, exact same movement. The guy went in with anger again on a straight line. He moved and kind of water over to the right. Cut him in the exact same case of giri. Killed with one blow. They even slowed down the motion of the cat. It was unheard of back then to slow down the camera. And later on, he's so mesmerized by his swordsmanship that he becomes the apprentice of the master. Such was the samurai life. Let's watch that just a bit more, at least that last part. I'm going to rewind a bit. I love the wide-angle lens, the drama, the tension back in 1954. This is unheard of. This is where all the spaghetti westerns come from, all the Clint Eastwood stuff. He already knows he lost. Come at me, child, he's saying. Yeah! One ki shout, one cut, one death. This is why this is a fantastic movie. There are many scenes like this in here. Many more like that. Now you have to be patient with the movie. It's over 3 hours long. So you might want to take a break or an intermission halfway through. But I highly recommend those of you out there who have not seen Seven Samurai 1954, it should be required watching for any type of martial artist out there. If you want to know how hard it was to live back in the 1500s, how starving these people were, you think we have it bad now? We have the best life in the world compared to this culture, my friends. But this has influenced me so much as a child, as a little boy, that I strive to be like that. And that's why we all need mentors in our life. Okay, so that's one of my favorite scenes. Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, I highly recommend as one of my top 5 favorite martial art movies of all time. We'll do more of these in the future. Thanks for watching, guys.